going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Chatting with Cheese podcast. I'm your host, Fat Cheese, and y'all already know the motto, no gimmicks, only the real. As y'all can see, I'm in another location, so y'all already know what bag I'm in. And for those of y'all that watched my last interview, y'all know it was football related, but I started on the offensive side of the ball. So I said the next football interview I do, I'm going to switch to the defensive side. And this youngin' I got beside me today, he's special, so I know I made the right decision. He's one of the best safeties, high school safeties in the state of Maryland. He's also ranked number 7 on 247 Sports overall high school players coming out of Maryland. We watched him suit up for St. Francis Academy this past football season, and this upcoming season, we're going to watch him suit up for The Ohio State University. I got the pleasure of welcoming on my platform today, Mr. Khmari Bean.
Sir.
How you doing, Brody?
Doing great.
How you feel?
Good.
Yeah, man. First of all, I appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, blessing me with your presence, coming on my platform. So I always like to kind of tell a story about how I first found out about people before I, you know what I'm saying, reached out for interviews and stuff. So I always been hearing about St. Francis, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all been doing y'all thing for a little while now. So I wasn't able to get out to none of the games, but I did have a chance to like catch some live streams and some of y'all televised games, and you jumped off the screen to me like as one of the best players that I watch. Like, I like to pay attention. Sometimes when I'm watching guys, it ain't all about with me like popularity. I mean, that's a plus, but it's about if I really mess with your game. So I watched you a couple times and you constantly jumped off the screen. So once I followed you, jumped in your DM, everything been straightforward since there, bro, and I'm happy you here.
Sir.
And before we get started, I want to shout out my man Lance, you know what I'm saying, for making this thing happen. So we here, man, and I'm glad this happened. So how you feeling, you know, coming back home? You did your early enrollment down at Ohio State. Before we get started, you know what I'm saying, what made you make that decision, and how has it been doing that?
Really what made me make the decision was like, I just want to be with the best, and knowing that they produce top 5 draft picks for safeties and corners throughout these past years is just like a blessing. And when I was talking to the Coach G, every time we talked, he was speaking highly of me, and he was teaching me like little steps that help my game. And I knew if I want to be coached by the best, I should just come to Ohio State.
Yeah, that's what's up. So for the people who may not be too familiar with you or don't know too much about you, let the people you know who you are and things like that.
My name is Khmari Bean from Washington, D.C., and really, growing up, I always been like the quiet kid, always played up against my competition. And when I stepped into high school, it was just different. Like, everybody bigger than me, everybody stronger than me. So I just had to find a perfect like technique in my game that I could be better than people at. Like, when I found out that I'm a ball hawk and free safety, and like I could come down and make tackles, that's what separated me from the different people, and that's how I got here today.
Okay. So we gonna take it back a little bit. We gonna work our way up. So we gonna go back, then we gonna work our way, you know, to where we at today. So at what age did you start playing football, and when did you figure out, you know, I'm pretty good at this?
I'd say like 7, like elementary school, like kindergarten. I think I was pretty good because I was playing quarterback at Southern Maryland Eagles. And I remember just getting the ball and just running, and then like just keep running. I was just scoring every touchdown. But like I didn't know I was that good. But like watching the videos my grandfather used to make, I was like, oh, I'm really nice.
Yeah. So you said around 7 is when you realized, you know what I'm saying? So what was it about, you know what I'm saying, when you first started playing, was it both sides of the ball, offense and defense, or did you just automatically fall in love with the defensive side?
I first started playing offense. I played quarterback, running back, tight end, fullback, and then I played a little bit of defense like DN, linebacker, and corner. But what really made that jump is when I turned 11, I went to Watkins. I really took that jump from receiver to cornerback, and it was like, this is probably what I'm gonna get paid at when I get older.
Yeah. So what made that position, you know, stick out to you and say, you know what, this it right here?
Cause like really, I just like to come down and tackle, and like I don't know, it's just like I just fell in love with it. Like growing up, I ain't really watched that much DBs. I watched running backs, Marshawn Lynch, all them, but I ain't really like perfect my craft as a youngin' growing up about DB. But ever since I got put at DB and I was catching picks, making tackles, I liked it.
Yeah, it's always weird because when I notice it every time I watch an interview or something like that, and it's a wide receiver or DB, you always hear about when they growing up, they played on the opposite side. So like the wide receiver played safety or corner, and the corner and safety played wide receiver. So that's crazy you said that. That's literally how it, most of the time, how it always go. So how does your community shape you, not just as a football player, but as a person?
Really, I say like the environment in the DMV, it's just like what you make it. Like if you hang around different crowds, that's what your life is gonna be towards the future. If you learn how to find a good group of men and like good group of friends, you're gonna be great when you get to the future. Cause like really, some people they gonna hate when you're young, but when you make it, they gonna be trying to be buddy. And then there's some people that's gonna stick with you from day one to when you die.
Is this some coaches, maybe Little League, or you know, some people that come to mind and think that they helped you as far as like progress to where you at now? Some maybe, you know what I'm saying, middle school, Little League, you know what I'm saying, Pop Warner. Is there anybody that comes to mind?
Really, I say all my coaches from Forestville, all my coaches from Watkins Hornets, um, City Life, Coach TJ. That's my good coach because he really recruited me heavy. He really wanted me to play with him, and I say that's really it.
Yeah.
Three.
One thing about me, anytime I, you know, interview somebody or I got something set up with somebody, I kind of like to make sure I do an extensive background check on them or whatever the case may be. So I looked at your Instagram page and I noticed your mom in a lot of your comment sections.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, you know, how big of a role did family and your support system play to get you where you are today?
Really, they like my number one fans. Like, if you go to any game, you'll see my mom front line screaming, hollering at the top of her lungs. That's my son. That's my son. You gonna know my mother at the game. My dad, he gonna chill, but he really like he'll sit back and really critique my craft. He'll tell me when I get in the car things I did wrong, things I did good. And my grandparents, they always been at my games. They love to support me all the time. They watch my videos at home. They watch all the live streams. I really love my family.
Yeah, that's what's up. How big of a role did they play in your recruitment journey?
Really, I say like they spoke up for me because I didn't like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
So for them to be in the meeting rooms with all the coaches, they talked about me highly. So which brought like a closer bond with my coaches and my parents. So it was just like, okay, now I could trust a parent, so I know I could trust him.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
Situation.
Exactly. So now we gonna keep it moving forward. So we gonna get to St. Francis. How did you originally get recruited to go to St. Francis? Because I know you can't just go there.
No.
So how did you get recruited to go to St. Francis?
Well, really, I say back in like 6th grade, 7th grade, Coach Justin, I used to work out with him for DB drills. And he wanted me to come to St. Francis when I get to 8th grade, but it was so many rumors going around saying how they got drugs, players fighting and all type of wild stuff. So my mother she didn't want me to go to that environment and just like become a different person type.
Yeah.
But when we took that visit up there my 9th grade year after good counsel, she was like, okay, I see it's not really like that. I see they really about football, and she liked it.
So what school did you go to before attending St. Francis?
Our Lady of Good Counsel.
Okay. Yeah, so cause I heard, you know, you get mixed reviews when you hear about St. Francis. Like for me, somebody told me that's actually from out there. They like that is the trenches out there, but you know they produce, as you can see, they produce some of the best athletes we done seen in quite some time. So I'm glad that your mom and you was able to, you know, be open-minded and go out there and check it out, and eventually now you landed where you at. So that's what's up. So spending 3 years at one of the best high school football programs in the country, what are some things you took away from that experience that, you know, you can be proud of today?
Really, it's like a pre-college like situation because I was living in a dorm on campus, and for me to live on a dorm on campus without my parents, it's just like it's getting me ready for college. And my defensive coordinator, he really knows a lot about ball, so he was really getting us ready for college. He was getting us ready from like when I first walked through the door. We had meetings every day trying to learn the playbook, learn the philosophy. We gotta learn what's the culture. When we learn all that, we gonna take that to the next level and learn that, and it's gonna be easier because we coming from doing it young.
Yeah.
So when we train our mind young, we can get to a bigger level and do it easy.
Absolutely. So when you first got to St. Francis, was it more so because I know you are safety, but was it like a safety sometimes, corner sometimes, like 50-50, or was it strictly just we gonna keep you at, we gonna let you roam back there and play free safety?
So really, I came in as a corner, and I had lost like 10 pounds coming in. I had came in like big a little bit from good counsel. I lost like 10 pounds. So I was playing a little bit of corner, nickel, safety. I was playing everything on defense for real. And my junior year, that's when I really just was like, okay, I'm gonna just lock in with free safety because that's what I feel comfortable at. And after that, it was just gone from there.
So you spoke about your coaches and you know getting you prepared for the next level and everything. So speak on the coaching staff and you know what's being built at St. Francis, because like we talked about just a couple minutes before, you know, some people get a certain perspective on the outside looking in, but from somebody that's actually been there, been through everything, and you know made it out to be able to go to the next level, talk about what's being built at St. Francis.
Really, it's just like tough character. They gonna build your character. They gonna test you mentally. But all them hard workouts outside, running on the concrete, doing planks on the concrete. It's a whole lot of stuff that go on to change your mental, and they gonna push you to the limit.
Yeah, because I found out a lot. Like, I didn't know, like, me sitting back doing research, like, Angel Reese, Blake Corum that played for the Rams. I'm like, golly, I ain't know it was that many people. So they building something special for sure. And then all the recruitments y'all had this past season. So, hey, listen, try to get your kid to St. Francis. That look like the move right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. So this past season, you guys had multiple Division I commits on the roster. Talk about, you know what I'm saying, the grind, the practices, the brotherhood, and the bonds that were built during, you know, this past season.
Really, it started spring ball. Everybody we was like still trying to find our team really, and we didn't really bond that well. Coming from like all our 2025s, they had left, so we still trying to find our team. And towards the summertime, when we had our 10 a.m. to like 10 p.m. workouts, it was like that's when we really found our bond. All them breaks, we would like play basketball, joke around, just being kids, having fun. And towards the season, we realized we could trust on these. Like I could trust on him right there. I could trust on him right there. Him. I don't care what age. It's just like that's how we push each other on the field and off the field.
Yeah, that's good. That's what's up. Because I notice it when I'm paying attention to y'all, the celebrations, y'all dancing, but you can see like it's a real brotherhood. We punishing y'all at the same time, the other team, but you know what I'm saying, we having fun, and you know, you could tell y'all got each other, and that's what's up. I think when it comes to sports, the camaraderie and the brotherhood is the biggest thing. That leads to winning championships and building bonds and stuff like that. So what was it like playing on the defense with guys like Zion Ely, Jare Edwards, Raylon Henry, other guys that's also highly touted up there as far as, you know, Division I offers, things like that? What was it like playing on the defense with those guys?
Really, it was just like, if I do my job, I know he gonna do his job, and the man next to him is gonna do his job, and he gonna do his job, because that's just how that's how our thought process is.
Yeah.
And to be on the field with guys that you know you're gonna do your job, it just make you have more confidence on the field. So like it give you more trust to the guy next to you to just like he gonna do his right technique, he gonna do everything right, and it was just like, we good.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I watched the interview you did a couple months ago. I think it was with I think it was a guy from 247 Sports. Shout out to him. I watched that entire interview. It was a good one. But I like what you said, you know, that, and also what he said about as far as egos and things go of that nature, because when you playing with guys like that, you know what I'm saying, we talking about guys that's number 2 on the ESPN, they got 5 stars and things like that. But I like what you said, how, you know, that pushed me to want to, you know what I'm saying, do other things or push forward and, you know what I'm saying, get myself that same kind of recognition by going out there making plays and things like that. So I just thought that was, you know what I'm saying, real cool. And just to see, like I said, the brotherhood, when you watch you guys play, it's like no one is bigger than the other. We all gonna stay on, we one team, we all gonna go out here and try to dominate and accomplish the ultimate goal. So I think that was good, and I that's something that I definitely paid attention to. Who would you say might have been the hardest player that you might have went against in high school? It could be, you know what I'm saying?
Hardest.
Yeah, like somebody you seen on another team and you might have been like, Nah, young and legit, or you know what I'm saying, they nice.
I'd probably say Jet Harrison. He gave us 4 touchdowns last year. I'd say him.
Okay, Jet Harrison. I gotta do my research. What school?
St. Joseph Prep.
Okay, I gotta do my research on that. I gotta check him out. So going into your senior season, what kind of imprint did you want to leave at St. Francis before heading off into college?
I just want to, like, all the youngers that's coming in, all the youngers that's already there, just like, I was the best free safety to ever come through St. Francis. And I just want to leave my mark, like, right there.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So, how did it feel winning the overtime national championship and finishing your high school career as a champion? I know that's like that got to be like a big thing.
That joint was lit. I ain't gonna lie. When they told us we was playing in the like overtime national championship and they said it was on ESPN, I was like, oh yeah, it's time. We gotta go stupid. We gotta really show the whole world because like our game was the only televised game that day on Wednesday. So I was just like, we gotta just show the world like we really like that. And when we won, it was just so much fun we had. After the game, we still at the field till like 10 o'clock, just having fun, just chilling, listening to music. Like this our last game. We won it. Really deserved it.
Is it like a bittersweet feeling knowing that this will be the last time I'll be able to, you know, be on the field with my guys?
Yeah. It hit me like halftime. When it was halftime, just like, dang, 2 more quarters left with my guys. Gotta leave our mark.
Yeah, for sure. And you had a good game that game too.
Yeah,
I know.
11 tackles and like 1 pressure.
Yeah, I know specifically because you wore the red. So yeah, that's how I know. Yeah, you wore the red.
Yeah.
So that's how I remember that joint right there. So I had to ask you this question, bro. On this podcast, I like to throw a little bit of, you know, razzle dazzle in there, if you want to call it that. So now, correct me if I'm wrong on anything I'm saying. Y'all was originally supposed to play IMG Academy
Yeah.
in the national championship, but they backed out for whatever reason. Y'all was still willing to play. Would you consider like they ducked y'all?
Yeah, for sure. For them to go undefeated and not play in the national championship, come on, like.
Yeah, and then they said something about the seniors. The senior.
Come on, the seniors. We played like I think we had way more seniors that's going D1 early enrolling than them. So for them to duck that is crazy.
Is that a game y'all wanted to happen?
Yeah. Because we would have played them November. They could have had some rest until January. So like I don't know why they try to say the seniors gonna get hurt, all type of BS.
I think that's something a lot of people wanted to see because I was looking, and I'm glad I heard it from you because I wanted to hear from a player who was actually going through that. But I seen like a lot of people talking about it, and that's a game that everybody wanted to see because that would have showed who was the real best high school team, you know what I'm saying, in the country. And you know what I'm saying, it's unfortunate that they backed out, but I'm glad I heard that from you because I've been hearing it from everybody else, but I said I want to hear from a player, you know what I'm saying, y'all perspective on it. So now we're going to move on to college and, you know, where we at right now. So you were originally committed to the University of Maryland, but then Ohio State offered you in September. So they came along a little later in the process. You decommitted from Maryland in October and chose to go with Ohio State. What was it about Ohio State that made you feel like that was the best place for the next chapter of your football career?
Really, it was just like the history. And then when I went and took my visit up there, and he was just showing me like all the guys that was just like in that same room that I was in, that safety room, and that cornerback room, just like all the guys that's about to leave and go to the league, and all them guys that was there that's in the league right now. It was just like, they got to jump on Maryland right now, so we're going to see how Maryland bounce back.
Nah, I feel you. I'm a Maryland fan, so trust me, I feel you on that one. They got a little ways to go. They got Zion coming over there, but they still got some ways to go. And then when you look at it, I mean, just the plethora of talent that Ohio State has had coming out. You got Caleb Downs this year, going more than likely be a top 10 draft pick. You got guys like man, the list goes on. Marshawn Lattimore, you got a bunch of guys, so I don't really blame you. When you look at the DBs that have came out of that school, Jeff Okudah, and have gone on to be top draft picks and actually perform well in the league, I feel you, bro. You ain't do nothing wrong with that one. So, let me see. Has it hit you yet, like that your hard work that you put in has led you to a program like Ohio State? And you know what I'm saying, when you sit back and just think about it from where you started to where you are now, You know, has that dawned on you, or is it still just like, you know, business as usual?
I mean, it dawned on me when I first got there. I'm like, dang, I really at Ohio State. Like, I really deserve this from like all them late nights, all them times. My mother had to just stay up late for me to work out and all that. It just hit me like I made it, but like I'm not finished yet. When I
Yeah.
get to the NFL, that's when I really know I did it. But job not done yet.
Yeah. Do you feel like, you know, the process, do you feel like you got that chip on your shoulder that, because I also seen in your interview, you said you felt like you were a little under recruited.
Yeah.
So do you feel like now, even though you committed to college, you know you're going to the next level, do you still carry that chip on your
Yeah.
shoulder? Like, I got more to prove?
Yeah, because I feel like coming in, it's a lot of 5 and 4 stars. I don't feel like they get looked at different, but I just feel like they don't, like in my mind, I'm saying like they don't know who I am yet.
Yeah.
So like I just keep that in my mind every day when I get to the building.
Yeah, and that's crazy for you to say that, because your recruitment list is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people would love to have that type, but I feel you though. You got to find a way to carry that momentum and, you know, keep yourself going. So I definitely understand you on that one. So what are some of your goals you want to accomplish during your time at Ohio State?
Really, first I need to get my block strike removed. I need that gone, and I want to just be known as one of the best free safeties at Ohio State in history. I want to be a top 10 draft pick. I want to have at least over 10 or 11 picks. I can't even count how many tackles I want, but I just want those few goals.
Yeah, that's good. That's what's up. So let me ask you, who are some of the safeties that you would say you model your game after? And you know what I'm saying? How does that who first we're gonna start with, who are some of the safeties that you would say you model your game after? And give me your top 5 current safeties in the NFL today. We're not gonna do college because it's a lot, but in the NFL today.
Top
So
5.
first we're gonna start out with guys you model your game after, then we're gonna go to the top 5.
I'd say model my game out the Ed Reed and Derwin James, those two. Because Ed Reed, he know the game, so like he'll fake it one way and go the other way,
Yeah.
catch the pick. That's how I like to play. And Derwin James, because he just trigger, boom,
Yeah.
come down. Top 5 right now, I say I know Jalen Petrie, Kyle
Okay.
Hamilton. Let me think. It's hard.
You got me. I ain't even think about Petrie when I was even thinking about mine. Yeah, Petrie, nice.
It's a hard question. It's a lot of good safeties. Like,
Brian Branch.
okay, Brian Branch, Detroit Lions, he good. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Who else? I'm trying to think. It's like it's not really that many.
Yeah,
true
it ain't that
free
many.
safeties,
It ain't that
like-
many who you. I know I came up with a list, but I forgot myself. I think I went with. I like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't
Okay.
know if people would consider
Yeah,
him a
but he
top
like-
safe.
He like more in the box. Like he'll come
Yeah,
down.
yeah. So I think my list was, I had Brian Branch, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You said Petrie. That was a good one. And I'm trying to think now too myself. Oh yeah, Derwin James. That's
yeah.
4. And then who else could you throw in there? Oh, that's who. I like the rookie from Seattle
Seattle. Oh,
who went to South Carolina.
I forgot his name.
He got a
Young and
crazy
nice.
last
Young and
name, but
nice.
I like him too
Young
though.
and nice.
I think that was my top 5. I ain't had Petrie in there. It was somebody else, but I can't remember. But yeah, that's who I had in there for sure. So,
Nice.
what can Ohio State fans expect from Khmari being not just on the field, but as a person? What are they getting as the person?
Like really just a humble kid. I'm not gonna be like too loud, but when I make a play, I'm gonna know I made a play. I'm gonna pump up the crowd, make sure the fans good. That's it.
Yeah, that's what's up. And lastly, you know, just give some advice to the youth, you know, young kids that may be looking up to you, young kids that may be, you know, starting a football journey, playing the safety, the same position you played. Just give them some advice, and you know, if not just football, but just life in general.
Really, like you gotta wake up every day just to go get it. Like you don't even gotta play football. Just everything you do in life, you gotta go get it. Like you gotta go take it. Cause like the person next to you, he don't care what you got. The other person next to you, he don't care what you got. You gotta take it from them. You gotta take it from their plate. And all the youngest that's playing football, just you gotta have a good mental. Cause some days you're gonna wake up and be like, I don't wanna go to practice, I don't wanna work out, I don't wanna go to school. You just gotta tell yourself you got to. You gotta tell yourself, like, the bigger picture is way better than what you living right now. Cause like you could just live in a $1 billion house, $1 million house, and just be you, your family, or just be you and your brother and sister. Like you gotta think of it like that. You're gonna be living good. You don't gotta live like off mommy and daddy money. You get your own money, live your own life, have your own fun.
Yeah, that's solid. And another thing too, and I wanted to make sure I stamp this in your interview. I like that you said, don't get caught up in the offers. Don't get caught up in the offers. Like my man said in the interview, you can be with somebody, they could have 15 offers, you could have 2. But that person with the 15 offers, you know what I'm saying, the next year they might be in the transfer portal, and the person with the 2 offers might be headed to the NFL draft. So just keep that in your mind. I just wanted to make sure that I threw that out there because I remembered you said that in the interview, and that was something that I felt because you do got a lot of kids out here nowadays that get stuck in, you know what I'm saying, that, oh, I don't got this many offers or this school and all that. Man, you just got to go play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to go play. But we going to go ahead and wrap this interview up, man. Khmari Bing, make sure y'all follow his journey. When I tell you, dude, a dog, he a dog, man. He will be suiting up for Ohio State this upcoming season. So, man, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you, bro. You got a fan in me. I appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, giving me this opportunity. And I wanted to ask you, too, if we go outside right now and I ran a couple routes, and you, listen real quick, you just got to listen. If we went outside right now, you check me and we ran a couple routes out of 5. How many passes you think I catch?
0.
I'm catching the pass, bro. At least 2. At least 2. It all depends on who playing quarterback.
0.
We might get Lance to play quarterback. I'm at least getting 2 off you. But nah, bro. Salute you. I appreciate you. But before we go, I know Lance wants you to show something. You know what I'm saying to the people.
Oh, gotta give me a little second. I wanna mess it up. Oh yeah, I already see this joint looking sweet. Lance got me a little jacket.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Lance for making this happen, man.
Yes, sir. A Sports Group. Best in the business.
Yeah, A Sports Group. Shout out to my guy Lance for making this happen. Shout out to Khmari, man. I appreciate y'all. Do not forget to like, share this content when it drops. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all, man. I see y'all next time.
Sir.